And I said, if you don't pick your underwear up and get out of here. Oh, hey.
Hey, Myra.
And a little peek into the life of Myra J. in quarantine.
Show enough.
Hi, Myra.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good. Stephen Hill, I see you're still in quarantine heaven. How are you?
No, it's a backdrop. Don't worry, it's a backdrop.
Yeah, right.
It's not real.
No.
It's not real.
Okay.
It's not real.
Okay.
It's not real.
Okay.
No,
Are those glasses real?
What do you mean? Of course they are. Crazy.
How is life in the Southland?
This is the Southland?
It was south of everything that we
yes,
are.
that is true. That is true.
Okay.
Look, it is. It is fantastic. It is wonderful sunshine. I see no one. Like, I'm in a place where there's not many people to come through the beach Sunday every once in a while. So, you want solitude. You want to get away from people who might have COVID.
Are you alone?
Yes. The faithful ward left on Sunday, and so. While I
wasn't referring to him, but I was just, wondering if you were alone.
Yes, I'm alone. I am alone. I am all alone.
And is he back is he back in class learning, or is he doing from home, or what?
So funny story. Small. You have to get a COVID test to get back into the country. So we got him a COVID test here. He went back to the country and he needed a COVID test to go back into school, but they wouldn't accept a COVID test here for him to go back into school. So now he's got to take another COVID test to go back to learning, and that'll probably be either Friday or early next week. But shout out Faithful Ward.
Oh, wow. All of this classroom stuff is crazy, and getting them back or not back, and what the loss of in-classroom work is doing to them, and as we have in the newsletter tomorrow, talking about lost learning or learning loss, and how far it's putting our kids back, and especially Black and Hispanic kids. And they're even looking at as far as how much money they will lose in the future as employees, as workers, as a result of this in-home learning situation and outside of the classroom. It's crazy.
So they're saying, basically, don't let your parents do your homework.
Well, if that was the case, then we would have been in trouble a long time ago.
You probably should have told me that a couple of years ago.
It's just, and they're saying that what it's going to take is a lot of small tutoring groups, and to get our kids back up to speed, groups of 2, 3 maybe, and for them to get back up to speed as they get back into the classroom.
And I think there are more sinister actors out there from other countries, China, Russia, who, as soon as this happened, tried to find a way to take advantage of this. I would not be surprised if some country on that side of the world was pushing their students through because they knew that 15 years from now, this year of education gap would make a huge difference in the ability, technological ability, medical abilities, right? Shortly, Malcolm Gladwell's The Tipping Point. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm trying to do this quickly. They talk about Canada is a big place for hockey, and they realized that all of the players who were really, really good at hockey were born in like April or later. I'm going to get this time, but the point is the same. April or later, while the people were behind were between January and April. And that was because the people who were born later had that much more time in school. Literally just 4 months changed. It led to that change in development. I think people are going to, I'm telling you, looking forward 15 years, this year is going to make a big difference. And the countries that really were aggressive about getting learning back in are going to be the ones that are going to win 10, 15 years from now.
Yeah, I believe that. You see it even with kids that where they're born and able to start school, like if you're born after September or whatever, and you or November maybe it is, and you have to wait until the next school year, and not just for hockey, but for is that the ocean?
Yes, it is.
It's a backdrop. Don't worry, it's not real. It's not real. It's not real.
That was
I'm in Hoboken. I'm in Hoboken, New Jersey. Shout out to Bokens. Yeah.
His backdrop comes with sound effects.
Sound effects.
Yeah.
And there may be a whale. I can't lie.
Wow. That's good living, Stephen Hill.
And we'll all be doing it when we do Sybil Wilkes Live from here in April. We'll be working on that.
Myra, Myra, let's talk about your ability to do that.
Because I finally got in after typing on the computer 2 hours and 15 minutes. I get my first vaccine tomorrow.
Woo!
Nice. Nice.
It's been nice knowing you, Sybil. I love you. Yes.
Take it and run.
I am taking it. Look, I wish that they could give me the boosters, the second shot, literally at the airport. I know you're supposed to wait so many days, but I'm telling you, they could really do it right there at the TSA. Check in, just stand there, get your second shot, have a nice flight, because people are ready to go. People are ready to travel.
Well, I don't know. Well, let's see. This is the last week of February. Your birthday is the 8th. So you will be having your second booster, or you're having the second shot
after my birthday.
Right. Okay. So can you wait a little bit for us to kind of all get in alignment to celebrate your birthday somewhere? Or are you just going to say, I'll come if you want. I'll see you later.
Sybil, how long have you known me? I will celebrate my birthday July 4th. All somebody has to do is say, Myra, we celebrating your birthday. I have never turned there and said, no, I don't want to celebrate my birthday. Heck yeah. Anytime, any place, just ask.
Were you in seclusion? Were you in quarantine for your last birthday? Had you taken to quarantine by that point?
No, I had just gotten back from Sun Valley, Idaho.
And
I had just gotten back the day before, and I hadn't planned anything. And some friends of mine said, let's meet at the bar. And it was only 5 of us. But I remember one of my friends walked in with rubber gloves. She came in the door and she was sitting at the bar. And our other friend, who was in the medical profession, she turned around and said, "You look ridiculous. We're drinking. Take those gloves off." Because she was like, no, the virus. You have to wear gloves. And she was like, "We drinking alcohol. Hopefully all this alcohol will kill the virus. Take those gloves," because she had the medical gloves on, sitting at the bar. Yeah. So no, it was right after. It was literally right after that.
And that was the Black Ski Summit, right?
Yes.
Was that the Black Skiers? Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm okay. So whenever we celebrate your birthday, we'll be able to do it. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Good. But I'm very glad that your persistence, and shout out to Dr. Marks, who was very concerned about you being able to get your inoculation. So that's
yes. Shout out to her, and I didn't use her source. Just so happened when she reached out to me, I had literally just got in like an hour earlier online through I'm going to CVS Pharmacy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I only have to go to Fulton County, which is like 20 minutes from here. Yeah. Because they actually had on the news today here in Georgia, people are driving 3 hours to other places to get the vaccine because it's just easier to get in than it is in Metro Atlanta because it's constantly booked. And it's getting better, but it's still very challenging here.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be, it's not going to clear up anytime soon. I think like last week, we didn't anticipate the weather being the challenge, for the state of Texas, as well as other places that were affected by the weather. And the vaccine's not getting there because of the snow and what have you. And so you don't anticipate these things, but I have a feeling, especially this time of year, as the weather is so in flux, that things are still going, as the vaccine rolls out, it's still going to be some challenges.
Well, they're saying one shot J&J might be on the scene next
weekend.
Yeah.
Although,
wait, I'm sorry. What's one shot J&J?
Oh, Johnson and Johnson. Johnson and
Single
Johnson.
shot.
They're trying to do it in one shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have a one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
Although
now,
it's not as it doesn't appear to be as successful in percentage wise as the two shots are, but it is going to be a big jump as it now we will have three. We'll have three different versions that'll be available to people. And I heard today that Moderna is going to be adding a booster for those people that are affected by the South African variant. So that's more good news because people are concerned about these new variants coming about and whether the original vaccines would be enough to handle the variants. And so Moderna is coming up with their own booster for this.
man, that dark gene being the dominant gene, that ain't no damn joke. Africa was like, ha, ha, we laugh at your vaccine. We got that new shit, okay? It's like, but we haven't even gotten this yet. That's okay. Get that.
Right.
Watch what we got now.
Three things. One thing. Three things. You're going to have to get used to taking these either one or two shots every year, right? This is just going to be. It's going to be like
just
a
like the flu shot.
So please don't think that these are the only two shots you have to take for this. It's like when flu ravaged and they solved that, and you got to get a flu shot every year. That's it. Number two, shout out to our viewer Michael Stallworth, who is also going to get a vaccine this week. So congrats, Michael. And three, did you say that Dr. Marks is doing vaccines personally? Is that what I heard you say? Did I hear you?
Dr. Marks is assisting people in making arrangements to get their shots.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr.
And that's why they make DMs.
I got nothing. You got beaches crashing, the waves crashing on. You have a great setup there with your background and now you're.
Don't forget I got this too.
And what is the beverage of the day?
Water.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is not what I just showed you. This is not what I just showed you.
Right, I know. All right, exactly.
My bad.
So Stephen Hill, are you saying that DM stands for Dr. Marks?
Hello, what I'm saying.
High five.
Oh boy. While we're on a lighter topic, Stephen Hill, have you heard the word that Amazon may be coming to the Washington football team?
No. Say what?
Jeff Bezos, who is the man who gave us Amazon, of course, he stepped away. But he is in talks, according to reports, he may be in talks to buy the majority of the Washington Football Club.
That's not no. If you are a DC person, you know that is not the news. DC people, listen to me right now. I understand how you reported this now. And hear how she said, oh, Jeff Bezos may take over the Washington Football Club. Here's the real news if you live in DC. Dan Snyder might no longer be part of the Washington football team. That's the news. That's the news. Dan Snyder might take his peppy old ass out the club seats. Oh my gosh, that makes me happy. By the way, you can say Bozo. I don't get Jeff Bezos, Bozo the clown. I don't care as long as it's not Dan Snyder.
Yeah. Woo! So you're right. I did not give that news as a real Washingtonian, but I get.
Everybody else in the country, that's the way. That was the way to do it. As a DC person, like Dan Snyder. Never gonna be president now. Never gonna be president. Never gonna be president now.
Which is something that people like us in Chicago who've had one family own the Chicago Bears for the entire time. Right. Really want them out too because they're cheap and they continue to hire really poorly equipped people to do the business of football.
That's how it goes.
Which is why I'm no longer a Bears fan, and of course Colin is why I no longer watch the game.
Yeah.
No, the Bears.
No.
So what's gonna have you? What's gonna have you? I don't want to get derailed, and we can just get. What will have you? Colin Kaepernick is not coming back to professional football. Mm-hmm. We agree on that. Is there anything that can bring you back to pro football?
If Colin Kaepernick were to come into that door, that front door right there, or that back door, or any other door, and tell me that it's okay. Hey, Sybil, it's all right.
Okay.
Go on, girl. It's all right.
Exactly.
I'm saving all my passes for you, girl.
Steve, let me tell you, when I watched the Super Bowl a couple weeks ago, and because I'm still a Patrick Mahomes fan,
Yeah.
and I watched him, and it was a disaster. So I'm wondering if my watching is going to help if I'm not the jinx that Tom Jordan used to be.
Oh, say it isn't so.
Because it was my first time watching a full game, and the weekend was awful, and it was just
Tell us how you really feel, Sybil. I don't want you to hold back, sister, okay? Just get it off your chest.
But tell me, Steve, what do you think this will mean, just in terms of maybe for those of us who are football fans from the outside looking in? What do you think that Jeff Bezos will bring to it, or the lack of Dan Snyder's absence or being taken out? What will this mean to your team?
Beautiful, bountiful intelligence. Smart move. Excellent moves, not forwarded on ego alone. Realizing that real football IQ is important and not just money. Shall I continue?
Yeah.
Look, Dan Snyder. Look, if I would love to, I've been a fan of that team since the very beginning. My dad used to take us to the games and put it on his knee, so I have an affinity for that team. That was Dan Snyder's entree into the team. Plus, he made a whole bunch of money on some stuff, so he got to buy the team. But what he didn't do was realize he knew nothing about football except sitting in the stands and watching it. And so he thought he was like Nixon putting that play in the Super Bowl in in 68 or 69. He put the play in the Super Bowl that failed.
Yeah, with George Allen and all of that.
Right. Basically, Dan Snyder did that with a football team for over a decade. For 2 decades, he put the one play in there and didn't let football people run it because he thought he knew because he was a fan. Look, I am not a doctor, but if someone is sitting there with their leg at a 90-degree angle, I know how to go like, ooh, that person should go into surgery. I do not know how to do the surgery, but I can look, right? So that's been Dan's entire legacy of thinking that he knew what to do and not knowing what to do. And I think Bezos is smart enough. Look, he revived the Washington Post by allowing people who knew about news and knew their skill, and then were able to follow the Amazon plan, which is proven to work, and revive that paper in a way that no one thought could happen. Yeah. I'm anxious. I'm hoping that he will do the same thing with the Washington Football Club.
That's good. I would like for him to buy any of the Chicago newspapers and do the same thing, because it's a very sad situation with them as well. Speaking of looking at a leg at a 90-degree angle and knowing that something is not right, I see it in your title tonight, Get Well, Tiger. And so let's talk a little bit about Tiger. That is in our newsletter. And after a lot of discussion yesterday, may I just say, Tiger is in the newsletter today. So I'm going to get from you guys not only a conversation about what happened to him and where he is now, but also about how interested you are in his story, and for whatever reason. So just to bring people up to date, Tiger Woods is recovering from emergency surgery that occurred yesterday. Tiger Woods was in a one-car accident, a rollover in Southern California. He was on his way to another event regarding shooting something for commercials and sponsorship and things like that. So he's in this car and rolled over, and it was at a dangerous curve too, I might add that. A dangerous curve there as he is making his way Rancho Palos Verdes area. And so he was traveling northbound and at this stretch known for high speeds and prone to crashes. As I said, single car accident. And at the scene, he was not able to stand on his own, but he was lucid and calm. But they said that he might also have been just in shock. In shock.
Yeah.
So he was transported to this UCLA Medical Center at Harbor. And compound fracture. I mean, like a rod in his shin bone, pins and screws in his feet and his foot and ankle. This is a lot. But for a man who has gone through the kind of surgeries that he has, spinal fusion and stuff like that, I don't know what that means in terms of. I know for his career, a lot of people are wondering, will he have a comeback? But the good news is that he's alive, and that and he just had like his 5th back surgery
He's
in
recovering from it.
December.
He's
Yeah,
recovering from it. Yeah.
yeah. If you saw him over the weekend, he didn't look good to me then, but he looked better in the pictures that were taken, of course, with makeup and stuff, I'm sure, that he took with some of the celebrities like Dwayne Wade and Jada Pinkett Smith and David Spade. They were doing some things on Monday. He was going back on Tuesday to do some other stuff. And but now he has this. He's 45 years old. He's gone through how many different surgeries, fusion, spinal fusion, that kind of thing. And so the question is, not only is he going to, will he be able to continue? Will he be able to recover enough to get, because he won on a broken leg in the past, so all of this is happening. So just wondering from you guys what your thoughts on it are, and Steve, sending your good wishes out to him, and what do you think about all of this?
So first of all, like number one, he's my favorite combination ever in the history of Number one, he's my favorite combination. Number two, anybody who you've ever talked to who knows about Tiger, he's a fierce competitor. It was bred into him. I first actually met Tiger when he was maybe 5 or 6 years old. He came to Boston for an exhibition, right? And so this is no, it had to be more than that. Probably about 5 or 6. 5 or 6 or 7.
Wow.
And so, but this has been his entire life. So I believe his ability to come back will be directly proportionate to his desire to come back. He is in the Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Hank Aaron, Kevin Hart. I put him in terms of work, in terms of like
Tom
desire
Brady,
to work.
That kind
Tom
of
Brady, right? That kind of like work ethic that is astounding, and everything else is I said Michael Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is secondary. So if he wants to come back, he will. These sound like horrific injuries and challenges in a game where a lot of it is really, this is not a disrespect, it's just like a lot of it is standing over a ball and being able to twist your body, right? That's it. There's no throwing, there's no real running. There's literally no running at golf. Literally none. So that's not the thing. But will he be able to stand up straight? Will he be able to stand in the way that he's been used to for 40 some odd years to get this done? If he wants to, he will. But
he can make it happen.
He can make it happen for all the combinations around the world.
And Myra, what are your thoughts?
I've never been a big golf fan. Like many other Black people, I didn't get interested in golf until Tiger came along, and I'm like, all right, go Tiger, go. My concern when I heard about the accident, I didn't give a damn about golf. I just wanted him to heal. I still want him to heal, to be able to walk, to be able to live a normal life. And then if he wants to, because he's kind of in those sunset years now of his career. And I won't say that he can't do it, but like Stephen said, he really, really, really has to want it, to work even harder. And if he wants it, I want him to win a championship. I want him to win, as we say, one more time. Just one more time.
Yeah, like we have on the ship.
Yeah.
But when I was thinking about this yesterday, because I was the one that said we really need to watch this story, because I wasn't sure, because looking at that car, the fact that he came out as well as he did, that seemed to be the miracle unto itself.
Yes.
But I also thought as he recovers from this is his opportunity to take his life to that Kobe level in terms of spending more time with his kids, becoming more involved in his foundations, and to be able to become more of the humanitarian side of him, or to develop that. And like you, Myra, I wasn't thinking in terms of him coming back from this, but as the day has gone on, thinking about it and how he is such a fierce competitor, as Steve said. And Steve, to talk about the combination thing, when we were talking about it yesterday, and the four women were like, "What's combination?"
Really?
Of varying ages, mind
Oh,
Really?
shout out to Chica, my girl. Shout out to Chica.
Didn't know a combination?
Because I know
Really?
Chica was one of them. I know my girl Chica was one of them.
As a matter of
Now, I
fact,
forget.
don't think
It's
Chica, Coy,
it's Caucasian,
Black,
and Asian.
Black,
Right?
right,
Caucasian, Black, and Asian.
yeah,
right,
Caucasian,
right.
Black, and Asian. Yes.
Right.
yep, combination.
So, Chica.
Yep.
How come you don't call me no more?
Steve.
That's funny.
So that was the first discussion, and then as we started going on, with the travails of Tiger's life and the last big car accident he got into with the ex-wife, and
You know what?
That wasn't an accident. That was a purpose. That was no accident. That was a purpose.
Involving a vehicle.
They're saying, it doesn't seem to be as though he was under the influence of
Right.
anything, blah, blah, blah. So I just said, well, Tiger just can't drive. Tiger just need a driver.
He should have a driver.
Tiger should just get a driver.
That's what I thought yesterday too, Myra. I was like, dude, you're Tiger Woods. You can
Right.
have somebody take you anywhere you want to go. And I've been with men who have had drivers and they have taken them anywhere they want to go.
Exactly.
Whoa, wait, stop, pause, what?
Exactly. I'm like,
Where are we right now? Where are we now? Wait.
So that seemed just odd to me. And it might have been a situation where his driver was late, or a driver was like 7 o'clock. I don't know. But at any rate, I thought that was odd, and that he could have, anybody take him anywhere. But the other discussion was, what does Tiger mean to us? Because we, in our newsletter, we super serve the African American community. And I said that, he's a man, and not taking anything away from the golf greats, Black golf greats in years past, like Charlie Sifford or Lee Elder, or you name, whoever else. But Tiger really did change the face and the color of this sport. And so we have to, that's why, we covered this today. And even talking about it yesterday with Jay, people, they just didn't seem to care. And
I care.
Didn't care. People didn't care that what? I want to make sure I understand.
Didn't care about the conversation. They weren't engaged at all.
Oh.
In his
not that they didn't care. Not that they didn't care about his accident. They were saying, get well soon. Okay, now come on, let's talk about something else.
No.
Yeah, I think that's I mean, look, I understand he did not embrace being Black. He did not.
Right.
But the truth is, there's far more Black golf players now than there ever would have been if there hadn't been big Tiger Woods, right? Yeah. No one's gonna. You claim combination all you want, and that's what you are. Like, let's be clear, he is Caucasian, Black, and Asian.
And Asian, yeah.
But when you look at Tiger, and if Tiger got pulled over to the side of the freeway in Mississippi with somebody who's a basketball fan but not a golf fan, he's Black. Right, and so I think people who look at him realize he's Black. So I would really love it if we look at people's effect, as opposed to just their. I mean, come on.
Is that
he doesn't need to come to the barbecue. He doesn't need to come to the barbecue.
Tiger can't come to the barbecue.
But if there's a kid at the barbecue who wants to learn how to play golf, I bet you'll be really happy that Tiger came there.
Or is wearing a Tiger hat, or just has had an opportunity to play miniature golf and what have you. That makes a difference too. He may not come to the barbecue, but I bet you his kids would do very well at the barbecue. Charlie and Sam.
Look, we as adults we love it when people claim us. We do that. But that's who we are. I think kids and younger generation are much less so. We get generation to generation that is, they use race we grew up we are black first and everything else second.
Right.
And I think we have a generation, as we go on generations, I'm a skater and I'm also black. I'm a singer and I'm also black. And we as this generation are not used to people who don't use race as their primary identifier.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing for or against it. I'm just telling you that it's true and it's your kids and you should understand that.
I agree with you. Until they get stopped.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, then again, even then, that's the stopper's primary identification of you, right? That's still not yours. And I pray that if you do get stopped, that doesn't change your point of view.
Right. That's a great prayer. And
it is a prayer. It's a prayer.
Yeah. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, Shanta said, we'll keep them on the church bulletin for the sick and shut in.
That's right. We're gonna pray for the sick and the shut in.
Prayers out to Brother Eldrick.
Yes.
Shanti and Nike, two of my favorites. Shanti and Nike are some spirited people. They're some spirited Civil Watchers.
I know.
They are spirited.
They're what I wanted, like Diamond Silk to be. Fun, smart, and those that can go back and forth. Not the cooning that we have with them. Okay, so thank you guys for participating, and I love those responses. Love those responses.
That was funny.
Okay, so they had the first of their Homeland Security Committee and the Rules and Administration Committee, the first public testimonies from the top two security people at who were in charge on January 6th when the
wait. The former top two, right?
Yes, the former 3 or 4.
Former 3. I know it's House Sergeant Arms, Senate Sergeant Arms, and
the Capitol Police.
Popsicle maker, whatever. Yeah.
And the only one that I had any respect for was the current acting chief of police for Washington, D.C., Mr. Conte. He was the one that said, look, I got the email. And I knew that this couldn't be like, I'm just going to forward this on to the other folks. And I brought this to our conversation because it's a lot of what Yolanda always tells us. Did you pick up the phone? Did you call them? And son was like, well, I tried to tell him a couple of days and then I'm calling the day of, but I may have seen it, but it was a little late in coming. No.
You knew there was a problem when he started his testimony with what had happened was. I was like, oh, damn.
Yes.
Never mind. I rescind my question.
I was like, dude.
Filibuster.
Today I did not see it. I was trying to find the testimony, but there's so much going on today. This had to do with terrorism experts talking about those that did try to attack the country and through the attack on Capitol Hill. And tomorrow they will have their third and final day talking about this. And so we'll get some more information on that for you as we go along.
I tried to listen to some of it, but it was like the Peanuts teacher, to me. Wah, 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 wah.
But Myra, until the Republicans can, and here's what really pissed me off, is that like Josh Hawley, the little white boy, Missouri senator, giving the power salute to his fellow insurrectionists on the day of the event. Until they come to Jesus and understand the all of this happening, it's nothing is going to come of this. I don't care if and for them to call out Nancy Pelosi and General Russell Honore for things that they have said when they are working to try to bring some common sense and some answers to all of this and disregarding them and their abilities, they're nothing to me, and they should be arrested along with these other people.
I am no psychic, but I really think that the Republican Party, as it is now, is on its way to self-destruction because they make no damn sense to me. They're going to have to split up like, okay, all you crazy mofos, go over here.
All you Trump supporters.
Right. Y'all go over here because one of them was saying, well, they're saying it was an arm insert. Don't you think of firearms? I didn't see any firearms. So basically, he was like, it was just some Boy Scouts who kind of got out of hand,
Right.
with their
Yeah.
little sticks and stuff. And I'm like, y'all are so full of crap. You're
Yeah.
so full of it.
And even son, what had happened was what we got was a military style coordinated assault on my officers and a violent takeover of the Capitol. He said these criminals came prepared for war.
Okay. So when you got the little email,
and said, okay, well, I'll put in the call. And
they want to talk about Hillary with 33,000 emails. Y'all couldn't even focus on one. One damn email could have squashed a lot of this.
You're right. You're absolutely right. It's a sad situation. Okay, so here's some good news. As a part of Joe Biden's effort to level the playing field, to bring some equality to his not that playing field behind you. That's never going to be
I was trying to show y'all a whale. Never mind. Keep going. What's that?
Oh, okay. At any time, stop us, okay? Because I've only okay. So as a part of Joe Biden's plan to equal the playing field for a lot of folks who were left in the dust in the first rounds of the coronavirus, the Paycheck Protection Program, he has opened up the SBA loan department, the SBA.gov, for only minority-owned companies of 20 people or less, starting today. And for the next 2 weeks, they're the only ones who can apply for these loans. That is awesome.
Yeah,
that's real. That's real. That's real impact. And I want to make sure people remember this. Biden's going to do some stupid shit.
Yeah.
He's going to do some stupid stuff. And I want people to remember that. Like, we've had this conversation about other people, like, stupid. But he, in his heart, this is one of the first things he did within his first 100 days.
Yeah.
Big deal.
And he did something, Stephen Hill. I don't know if you saw it. You probably did. But the memorial that he gave in tribute to the 500,000 people that died to the coronavirus night before last, and just a beautiful moment, a beautiful tribute on the part of them. And to think that, just a month ago, they were acknowledging 400,000 deaths on the night before his inauguration. It's those kind of moments and showing some real empathy, some heart, compassion, and saying, I have been there with loss. I know, and let me just tell you, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen, it may happen further down the road. But just know that we're with you. And for those of you that are surviving and that are impacted by this, are affected by this, as a result of your monetary situation and your businesses that got left by the wayside when millions and millions and millions of dollars went to companies that didn't need it, we got you.
Yep.
Get in line. Let's go.
Go. So far, so good. So right.
Yeah. So you're absolutely right. Let's just keep making the list of things that we may have to remind people of. But this is necessary.
I want some chicken and waffles.
Listen, I don't know where that came from. That came out of nowhere. Got something else out of nowhere.
Myra, let me see what's in your glass. No, it's not.
It's just
No, it's not.
You know where the best chicken and waffles in the world are, by the way? You want to know?
There.
Zamunda. By the way, am I the only person who can't wait till Coming to America to come
March
out?
5th.
March 5th.
Yes.
March 5th. I want to shout out an amazing young woman you will be introduced to in this movie from South Africa, Nomzamo Mbatha, who was in this movie, first major role in the U.S. Look, of course, you got Eddie, you got Arsenio, you got Leslie's in there,
Yeah.
you got Wesley's in there, and
who's
then
who?
and Jermaine Fowler, and then
J. Will Jones,
this.
Lunel.
Remember this, because we like to tip you off. Nomzamo Mbatha is going to be the name you're going to remember from this movie that you didn't know before. So shout out to Nomzamo, and shout out to Coming to America. Every single one of the promos looks spectacular, right?
Yeah.
Coming to America, right? Every single one of them.
Stephen, would you bring your friend on the show so that we can meet her? And
I will ask her if she would come on this show. I would love to do that.
so is she related to one of my favorite names, Gugu Mbatha-Raw?
I do not believe that is true. I don't believe so. I'll
Could you say that name again, Sybil, just because it just seems like a fun thing to say?
No, I think I want some chicken and waffles. It's really more fun. Gugu Mbatha-Raw.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you real quick how I got there, because you were talking about small businesses and blah blah blah.
It did not connect naturally, that's for sure.
My mind kind of skips a beat every now and then, and so I want to say she was a chef on the ship Judy Cage. She ended up opening a restaurant, and it opened right around the time of the pandemic. She finally opened up, and they had to adjust to takeout, but she had been posting pictures on Facebook, and I remember seeing some chicken and waffles. And so when you said small business people who need help, my mind went to that picture, and I went, shoot, I want some chicken and waffles.
Okay, it comes around. Okay, all right, I get.
See, he was connected to small business. That's why.
I still want to do a chemical breakdown of what's in your water bottle. I'm just saying.
Probably a bad idea.
Love you, my friend, but just really want to know, because I like Stephen Hill. I think there's something more in your.
No,
so
I
don't send that to Arrowwood. Those who know, know.
No,
too funny.
No.
Too
I'm
funny.
doing a dry February, but you best believe.
My queen.
Come
March 8th? Are you waiting to March 1st? Okay.
The 8th.
It's Monday.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, the show goes.
The way you're holding on to that straw, there's something more. And I want.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay. And
Water
Yolanda just pointed out, next Wednesday is going to be a way different show.
Oh, heck yeah.
Wait, what's next Wednesday? The 3rd?
Because if she's getting off a dry February as of Monday, by the time we get to Wednesday, she's gonna be
wet.
Oh yeah.
Wet.
Yes.
Wet is the word we're looking for.
Yes.
Wet
yes.
is the definitive answer, as they used to say on Match
Yes,
Game.
it is.
Match Game 74. Definitive answer.
Myra J, it's okay. What happens here stays here. Yeah.
Thank you, Sharita.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sharita. I appreciate
Sharita,
you.
do not let them lie to you like that. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. See,
Thank you.
Eddie Murphy took it back to Coming to America, coming out March 5th on Amazon.
Hey, Steve, how's your friend Dave Chappelle? I know that he had COVID and had taken himself out of a lot of his stuff. Have you heard from him?
Here's the great thing about Dave Chappelle. Here's what I love about Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle simply relies on his audience to make things happen. Short version is Viacom CBS, my old employer, basically licensed the Chappelle show to Netflix and someplace else, maybe HBO Max.
HBO.
He put Dave Chappelle put something on Instagram saying like, yeah, I don't like that. I'm so paraphrasing right now. I don't like that. They didn't pay me. Yes, I signed a contract, but once it became big, you just come back like you do with any other, when someone does well, you renegotiate. They didn't bother. They gave it off. So shout out to Chris McCarthy at MTV, somebody I used to work with. and Ted Sarandos and Netflix were like, we're taking this off, all good. And so recently, Dave Chappelle came on and said, it's back on Netflix. They changed the deal and got it done. So what I love about Dave Chappelle is he didn't use heavy-handed techniques. He just said what he thought to his audience, and his audience responded for him. That's brilliant.
That's awesome.
Yes. And that's power. That is power.
That's power. And that's knowing how to use the power.
Yes.
Knowing how to. Yeah, absolutely. That's all of that happened just at a very interesting time. I thought, but good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
Love to see that happen for the good guys.
Absolutely. So he is over COVID though, right, Stephen?
Yes, done with COVID.
and I bet you he didn't have a dry February.
I don't know about that, but I can attest for October wasn't dry.
Okay, so Myra, do you when you were able to, were you going to Ulta or Sephora beauty product stores?
Yes, and I understand that they're making some changes, Sybil.
Well, they certainly are. Thank you. First Sephora and
whoa! Are we not asking me if I went, or like is this a sexist thing?
Yeah,
like we're not asking me if I went. Really? No, you just asked Myra for some reason. Why?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You want to ask me?
No.
Okay, cool. Wait till the lawsuit, Sybil. Don't worry about it. Just wait for the lawsuit.
No, you can hit me in the DMs if you want.
No. The DMs are somebody else that's not you.
Most definitely. So just before we leave, just want to talk about from our business section. Ulta Beauty has announced a $25 million initiative to reflect the country's diversity by doubling the number of Black-owned brands in its stores. Good. So Stephen Hill, if you want to go get some hair product or whatever, they are welcoming you. And they are going to make sure that you're taken care of.
That's what we're doing right now. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
And as Yolanda said, you have beautiful skin, so maybe it's a skincare thing.
Okay, all right. I see what you're doing there. Okay, keep going. I'm sorry. Let me stop.
They are not just putting their products on the shelf; they're buying from Black-owned businesses, and so this is going to be a major step forward for this major retailer with almost 1,200 stores across all 50 states. Good. They plan to spend $20 million on media across multicultural platforms. Hello, hi, what you need to know. And TV commercials that feature Black women. So this is great news. And just wondering if you have any thoughts on that. Steve, you go first.
Yeah.
No comment.
Myra.
J. Anthony Brown is calling me. Can I grab?
Yes, please. Tell him he's on the air.
J. Anthony Brown, I'm doing Sybil's show right now.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
The show you were doing yesterday.
You are literally just watching the show, George. You know where she is. What are you doing? And why are you doing it?
Can you guys hear him?
Jay? Oh, it sounds like he's no longer in a dry February either.
Yeah, there's no dry February for George, that's for sure.
That's Jay.
George on with you?
Say what?
Is George on with you?
No. It's me and Sybil and Stephen Hill. You remember the show you just did like 24 hours ago? That show.
I don't remember it.
You know what?
Wait, now look. George is calling now. What are y'all doing?
George, I'm going to announce, maybe you want to announce, George, who's coming on the show tomorrow.
You can't hear Sybil?
Uh-uh.
Oh, well, George is calling now.
Oh. I was asking about where you live in that area, that house.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh. Let me call you back in 5 minutes, Jay, so I don't give my address out over the air. Okay.
Oh, I gotta be back. George trying to do a roll up.
Hello, George.
George trying to do a roll up.
Oh, George.
Myra, What?
Yes.
Myra,
Yes, George.
how you doing, everybody? I love to watch you color people on television. And they got makeup for you color people coming out. Y'all need to buy some start a makeup company so you can sell it. They buying anything. Just buy shoe polish. They're buying from you. Just do it.
Myra,
Yes.
Myra, can you ask George to announce who's coming on with him tomorrow?
George, Sybil said, announce who's coming on the show with you tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world, and the millions that are watching tonight, tomorrow night will be Bubba Night.
Oh,
The Pip.
Isn't that great?
Boys and girls from all over the world, and the
Bubba Knight, Gladys's little brother.
will be Bubba Night.
Nice.
that's great.
Very good. You did that just like Las Vegas. I'm going to call you back, George.
Bye-bye, Myra. Thank you. Love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly what I was going to ask to give you the information. Tomorrow we have a very, very special show. Last week was really good. He brought on comedian LeVar Walker, and that was great from the South Side of Chicago. And we talked about being at Martha's Vineyard, Myra, and everybody in the house and everything.
Yes.
So great time
That's
tomorrow.
crazy.
Tomorrow, George Wallace and Bubba Knight, and Stephen Hill's also going to bring the young woman Mbata. Is going to come on.
Mbata. I'm telling you, you heard it here first. Then you see the
Okay.
movie on March 5th, and you'd be like, "Oh, damn, Stephen told me that." But most of all, so let me get it straight. So George called you trying to run up, like in your house, like, "Hey, where you live? I'm gonna come through."
Oh, that's Jay. That
Jay.
was Jay that they was trying to run up.
No, Jay is looking for property in Atlanta. He's house hunting. Yes.
Got
Yes.
it.
That's why he was
Yeah.
calling.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, but you don't want Jay as a neighbor. Just saying.
Wait. It doesn't matter. Anybody who knows J. Anthony Brown,
That's
no,
true.
Jay will not let you in his house.
He won't.
I'm serious.
Wait,
We went to his house and we had to use the porta potty outside.
Look, Jay has called me when I lived in LA. Jay has called me because he needed something. Jay, you home? Yeah, okay. I'm on my way. Come there, knocking on the door. My Jay, leave it on the step. Leave it on the step. I'm not the delivery man. What are you like? There ain't no damn pizza. This ain't a pizza. What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't really like company. The hell you called me for? The only person that I know who called me and they say, I don't like company. I really don't. I don't like people in my house.
So he sold his house in LA, Myra, and he's moved.
Yeah, that's what he
Oh, it's a
told
done
me.
deal already?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shout out, Jay. Way to go.
I think he's past escrow. All right. So before we go, let us talk about Yogi's Jewels and our daily inspiration today.
Right.
We always talk as we go through the middle of the week. We get to the middle of the week on Wednesday. And today's jewel is fresh oxygen fuels the body like love nourishes the heart. Inhale life, exhale fear. Inhale life, exhale fear. There's a whale!
Yeah, by the way, don't you don't even want to know. You don't even want to know.
Okay. Okay, you guys, thanks so much, Steve. Continue to enjoy the good life.
Thank you, Sal. Please join me this Saturday on SiriusXM, channel 48, Our Heart and Soul. Skip Marley, the grandson of Bob Marley and double Grammy nominee himself, tonight talking about his family legacy, but much more than that, about his music, his own music, and how he is the first Marley who could possibly win an R&B Grammy and not just a reggae Grammy. So great conversation coming up this weekend on SiriusXM, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m.
Central.
Western Time. The rest of y'all figure it out.
And great job. I really enjoyed your conversation with Johnny Gill Saturday night.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Really good. Yeah.
I'm determined to get New Edition back together. Let's be clear. That's my
and one man at a time. I get it. Yeah.
Right. Ralph, got Johnny,
Johnny,
and Mike soon. Trust me.
I'm thinking Bobby. I'm thinking Bobby at some point, and Mike is just, I love him. Absolutely love him.
And Janice, I'm with you. Skip and her. I promise you, for you, Janice, I will play that song on Saturday night. The Skip, Marley, and her song, which is nominated for the Grammy
and her
for R&B.
Yeah.
I will play that song for you, Janice. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for recommending that.
That's so cool. Good for you guys. Okay. And Myra, we will look forward to next Wednesday.
Yes, you will.
And let us know about the shot too. We want your report on that.
Yeah. Okay. I ain't scared.
No.
Wait, Sybil, when are you getting your shot? When are you getting your first shot?
I don't have a time for it.
I'm gonna need you to do that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
Because just
say it.
I just want you to feel more comfortable about life in a COVID world than you do right now. And I think a shot will go a long way towards doing that.
Okay.
That's probably far too honest for this.
No. I get it. And by that, you don't just mean a shot of tequila. I get it.
The correct answer.
I get it. Okay.
It's not tequila I'm getting tomorrow.
I can't.
I love you guys. Have a good one. And before we go, I want folks to take a look at this message. All right, and see you guys later.
Bye.
Later on, I'm gonna go play.
He can tell you about their first dance, but he can't remember my name. I'm his daughter.
Half of all black families are impacted by Alzheimer's, but we don't know why. At HSC, we are investing in a new research study to find solutions for your family. To join the research study, visit blackalzbrainstudy.com or call 817-735-2963.